Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kristen Brown. I'm a spiritual, intuitive, and empowerment author, healer, and mentor. And today I want to talk to you guys about the 4 huge Mac Daddy awesome things that you are missing out on by not speaking up. I'm just going to preface this by saying that you all might be shocked at these 4 things. You might think you know what I'm going to talk about, but when I share these things with you, you might be like, oh my gosh, I never even looked at it that way. And that's what I try to bring to you all. I try to bring a shift in perception because I know when we start to see things differently, then we will change directions. So if we're headed down this path and we get a shift in perception, it'll just alter our path just a little bit. And that new perception that is rooted in truth is going to have a profound impact in your life. So let's get started. The first thing that you are missing out on, are you ready? This might be quite shocking, is you're missing out on being attractive. Okay, now this is not to say that you are not attractive already, but I'm talking about the full breadth and body of showcasing your personality. Here's the thing. You were made divinely perfect. You are exactly how you're supposed to be. And there's a gazillion people out in the world that are going to be attracted to you. But when you are withholding who you are, you cannot possibly be the full breadth and expansion of your attractiveness. If you are someone who is a yes man or woman, or who just wants to agree with everybody and not ruffle the feathers, the truth is, y'all, that's not very exciting. In fact, it can be pretty boring. And if you're out in the world and you're trying to attract friends or trying to build a business or you're trying to attract a new love interest, then you are only showing off a little tiny portion of who you are. Because the truth is, when we don't speak up and share who we are fearing the disapproval of others. We are so afraid of not being liked that we're not showing up for exactly who we are. A lot of times people are wearing the masks of easygoing girl or guy or the nice girl or guy, and we just kind of go along to get along. But there's a problem with this, you all. We're not challenging. We are not exciting. Be willing to bring some swag into the relationship. Be willing to bring some colors into the relationship because that's what makes it exciting to be around you. If you think about the friends in your life, the ones that you really like to hang around the most, why is it? Chances are because there's something fun or exciting or exhilarating about them, even if you don't agree all the time. We're not in relationships to have somebody that just agrees with us all the time because that would be super, super boring. So think about that. I had a relationship once where the person just did everything that I suggested, never said a word. There was no challenge. There was no new ideas. There was nothing happening that was exciting. And guess what happened? I started to move away from that person because it was not fulfilling my life. They were not bringing any new energy into my life. Part of the reasons why we like to be in relationships is because it adds fulfillment to our life. Your unique stuff with their unique stuff makes a whole big, huge bomb of more unique stuff. So be willing to show up as the full body and breadth of who you are. Don't just go along to get along because that's boring. And the second thing that you might be missing out on is getting your needs met. By now, most of us know that we're going to have to speak up to get our needs met. We cannot assume that people are mind readers. And no, y'all, no one should know. They should know. Well, they should know. No, they shouldn't know if you're not speaking up. It is our responsibility because we know ourselves best. It is our responsibility to share our needs and wants with the people in our life. And a couple things can happen if we don't do that. One, we're going to feel invisible, like we don't matter, or maybe that we're not a priority. But also, we can start to build up bitterness and resentment. And resentment is the #1 relationship killer. I cannot express to you guys how often I am coaching somebody regarding a relationship, and I will say, have you said these things to your person? And they're like, nope, I haven't. And I said, your first task is to share that with your person because they come to me feeling unfulfilled, but yet they haven't even gone to the source, the person who can actually fill this blank for them. Now, I'm not talking about your general happiness and well-being. That's our job. But we all know that there are healthy needs in a relationship. And here's another interesting thing. I have been in relationships with people who did not speak up about their needs. They didn't tell me what they want. They didn't have opinions. They were yes men and women. And what happened over time was that somewhere along the line, they started to resent me and they started to feel like I wasn't treating them like a priority or all these type of things. But the truth was is that I valued them so much and I kept asking and wanting them to tell me and wanting them to share with me, but they never did because of their fear. And because of their fear, they're the ones that started suffering from that. And then the relationship fractured. So I highly encourage you to start speaking up about your needs, what you need, even if it's just going to bed early or eating a certain type of food tonight, or you would prefer to not watch a scary movie because you're going to be home alone tonight. Here's the deal, you all. When you start loving, honoring, and respecting you first, then you are going to teach those around you how to do the same. And the third thing, if you are not speaking up, is you're missing out on connecting with others. Vulnerability and authenticity beget connection, and connection begets trust, and trust builds deep and long-term relationships. So if you are withholding your truth and speaking up and being honest about things that have gone on in your life or going on now or the way you feel, then you are missing out on an opportunity to connect on a heart level with another individual. And if you haven't felt that feeling yet, I will tell you that that's the feeling when you're truly going to feel safe. Now, am I saying to run out into the world and start spewing all the things that your shameful places or your scary places or your wounded places? No, I am not. There are some things that people need to earn the right to hear, but we can share our feelings on things and our ideas on things and get other people's opinions and kind of do this little ping pong back and forth. And in that, you're going to notice that sometimes people are going to be like, oh my gosh, me too. I have felt that too. And you are going to experience an open-hearted conversation, which is going to build that connection. And the last thing that you're losing out on is receiving love. You might be like, Kristen, whoa, how can my speaking up equal me receiving love? Well, here's how. Because when we are not speaking up and we are not being our true authentic self, then people are attracting to us from this false version of self. And even if they decide they love us or they like us, somewhere deep inside of ourselves, we're not going to believe them because we know we are not showing up as our whole self. So when you start showing up as your whole self, unabashedly, this is me, you all. If you've seen The Greatest Showman, that song, This Is Me, oh my gosh, I think that's everybody's favorite song, and it makes everybody cry because that is what we want inside, is we want to just say, this is me. Make that choice to be who you are. Show it to people. And when people love, like, and want to be around you, you're going to believe them because you love, like, and want to be around you. And the second thing is that it's going to help you express love. So not only receiving love, but express love. Here's the thing. It has been said many, many times that it's not what we do for people that make them love us or miss us or think about us. It is how we make them feel. And if we are not expressing love because we are scared and we are holding back, then that person can never feel that love coming from us. And I'm not talking about just a compliment like, you look nice today, or that was a nice dinner. I'm talking about truly saying what your feelings are from your heart to that person, or seeing another person. Do you know one of the number one things that people love is to be seen? When somebody else sees us, we feel so whole, we feel so complete, we feel so honored. So if you are unwilling to speak up, then you are not speaking up what you actually see in your people, and they are never going to get that feeling. And like I said, people fall in love with the way we make them feel, not what we do for them. If y'all are interested in learning to love yourself better, I just created a brand new free download called Self-Love Checklist. And within this checklist, I have explanations of what each act of self-love is and a chart, a weekly chart where you can mark off exactly what you're doing so that you can keep track and actually gauge, am I really loving myself enough this week, or do I need to up my game? Y'all, self-love is the miracle cure, hands down, period. And when you start giving that to yourself, that is also going to promote you speaking up with confidence. If you guys got a lot from this video, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't yet, turn on notifications, and be sure to leave me a comment below. I love your comments, and share with someone that you love. Maybe have a little challenge going on with someone. Let's say, let's challenge ourselves for a week to really speak up and say what we're thinking and say what we're feeling and be who we authentically are. And until next time, everybody, remember, you're a divine and unique individual aspect of God who was put here to shine your unique light. And we need you.